London is a global superpower, but in 1666, it was almost completely wiped out. A single fire destroyed 80% of the city, leaving tens of thousands of people homeless and the economy totally wrecked. But that disaster was also a chance for a total reset. Visionaries dreamed of building a fireproof supercity, like Paris or Rome. So why didn't it happen? We'll explore why the grandest plans were abandoned, creating the city we see today. To understand the fire, you have to picture 1660s London. It wasn't stone. It was a tinderbox of wood. Timber houses were crammed into narrow streets with flammable pitch on the roofs. Reeling from plague and at war, the city was a disaster waiting to happen. It all started with a spark in a bakery on Pudding Lane. The Lord Mayor, Sir Thomas Bloodworth, dismissed it and went back to bed. That was a huge mistake. A strong wind turned that tiny spark into a monster, which leaped from house to house. With only buckets of water, they stood no chance. For 4 days, the inferno raged. It destroyed the wealthiest parts of the city, including landmarks like the Royal Exchange. The supposedly indestructible St. Paul's Cathedral even exploded, its lead roof melting into the streets. In the end, 13,200 houses and 87 churches were gone. London was a smoking ruin. From the ashes came a massive opportunity. King Charles II promised a better London. Architects like Christopher Wren proposed epic plans for a glorious city with huge, straight roads and grand squares. So why don't we see that city today? The dream failed for 3 reasons: speed, money, and property. London's economy had to restart fast, and there was no money for a huge land buyout. But the biggest problem was property lines. Erasing every boundary was a legal nightmare nobody wanted, so the plan was abandoned. So London was rebuilt on its old medieval street plan, but the 1667 Rebuilding Act changed everything. Wood buildings were now illegal. It was brick or stone only, with thicker walls and no more flammable roofs. These rules created the classic brick townhouses we see in London today. The fire's legacy was huge. The new, expensive brick houses pushed London's center westward. The rebuild also led to a cleaner city and, amazingly, the invention of the fire insurance industry and the world's first professional fire brigades. The new London wasn't the dream city, but a compromise. Old streets with a new, fireproof skin of brick and stone. The Great Fire was a tragedy, but it forced a medieval city to become a modern one, putting it on the path to becoming the safer super city we know today. And tell us in the comments what insane piece of history we should uncover next. Thanks for watching.